We do have some hints, so let's look. There we go. So, whose hints do we have on? We have 2 on him. Okay. Ooh, wait, that's not what I wanted. We haven't actually met her yet. Fatigue, treatment for fatigue. How do I can actually treat people. I can actually treat people. Interesting to know. Okay. Oh, I think I have his... We have his last thing. Okay, so let's go back to him then. What's up, dude? Need to talk to you.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
It must be here. Must be...
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
Aww.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
We've exhausted all of his
Goodbye
information.
for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Yeah, we've exhausted all of his information. And we can't actually help him. We have more people to talk to, I guess.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Okay, this is the way outside again, which we don't really need to worry about. Okay. This is that same area. And you're that same jerkwad. What's this? Prevent disease. Careless spitting, sneezing, coughing, spread influenza. Spread by droplets sprayed from nose and throat. Do not cough in public. Okay.
I wonder what your last thoughts would be, sir.
Anything on this side? No, does not seem to be. Okay, so this is the...
Dr.
front
Swansea
entrance.
is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
I mean, you're also gonna try to help people, though. I'm just gonna go ahead and hope that's the case. Okay. Oh, you're a person.
So many deaths.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Alright, okay, cool.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover to hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
Huh, okay. Garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Oh, you got a new investigation. Cool.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
Uh-huh.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying.
Oh.
They're dead, a ghost or a ghoul. Or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
I like this lady.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Thought we got a hint. I guess we did, but... Okay. Alright, we'll just leave it be then, I guess.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
I wonder what your last thoughts would be, sir.
Who's this person?
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars.
Huh.
If you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Huh.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Huh. We have this.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
How close are you to Miss Hawcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
Huh. Interesting.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
Huh.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Huh. Okay. Guess that's all we got for now.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
On every street corner,
Ooh, are you a person?
daily routine.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this
I
hospital.
think this is the lady
Well,
who charged that
it's a
other lady.
euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
Ah, get a
You
grip.
must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
How long have you been a nurse?
Or long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
Well, we'll try our best, but
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
interesting.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
We can't ask her any personal questions. I guess she isn't the one that was mentioned before.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
I wonder what your last thoughts would be, sir.
You're that person.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the dockers' trade union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Wet Boot Boys, that's a name.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Huh.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show.
Oh.
With the assistance of her minion,
We just met
Duke
him.
Digby.
Oh, Cox is the one who runs that gang. Okay, interesting.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Do you know Tom Watts? The bartender.
Oh yeah,
from
that's
the
who that
tavern?
was.
I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Oh, okay.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks.
Huh,
And I
okay.
try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Oh, okay.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Huh, interesting.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
He keeps saying that, but now I'm wondering if he's like infected or something.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really. But I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
Huh. Interesting. I guess that's all the questions we
Goodbye,
could
Mr.
ask.
Hampton. We'll talk again later.
One thing I'm trying to figure out here is if we quote-unquote embrace someone, does it mean that we get to, like, I don't know, do we kill them or do we just, you know, drink some of their blood and like leave the rest to be okay? I'm gonna just try her one more
Good
time.
evening, Miss.
I need blood.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Aww.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
Okay. We have another hint for her, but that's fine.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark.
Time has lost its effect on me. But the suffering continues.
Okay. Let's look over here, I guess, for things and stuff. What? Oh. Small bottle. For, I don't know what that is, but it's a bottle that is small. Okay, I need to look at the map. So this is the hospital. I did not... Can I remove these? There we go. That's... What I wanted to do was look around. Okay, so missing ingredients, hideout, hideout. Wow, there is actually a very large map here. That's interesting. Can only track one at a time? I guess I might only be able to track one. Okay, so that's here. Oh, we can do that actually pretty easily. Let's, like, finish looking around here first. Okay, second floor is where our office should be. This door is locked. This door is... Okay, that's Dr. Swansea's thing. Okay, cool. That's his. I guess he just doesn't want to talk to us. Our room must be over here somewhere. That is the door that doesn't exist, apparently. What is this? Used hacksaw. Excuse me. Melee weapon. Okay. Interesting. I guess we just need some stuff to fix it up with, but it's a weapon. Oh! Thomas Elwood. Status convalescence. Date of admission, date of release. Notes. The patient's face has been heavily burnt and disfigured by a bomb during the war. Even with the use of strongest sedatives, he affirms to regularly endure severe pain from wounds, as if the flames are still burning under the skin, he says. Examinations of cicatriculated tissue show no trace of inflammation, infection, or swelling. Scars are clean. Could be a case of persisting nerve damage. The patient never ceases to blame himself for his disfiguration. Could be a case of guilt of the survivor. Phantom pain manifesting as a punishment for not dying with his comrades. Interesting. Now we got a new hint for him. Interesting. So we need to go talk to him again. I'm guessing that's us. Yeah, that's probably us.
It's locked.
Whoa. Something is locked. My goodness. Alright, let's go back downstairs and talk to Elwood. And then we'll go back, we'll go upstairs and investigate up there. That's the plan. Elwood was over this way. You are a lady I have spoken to.
You are going to reveal all your secrets to me, even the darkest thoughts in your heart.
My blood and soul.
I have wasted
They
too much
belong to
energy
you
for so
now.
little
The life
result.
running in your veins. This dead flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare me, Dark Queen. Spare your obedient slave.
I wonder why the Goswicks came here in the first place.
Oh, alright. I guess that's all that's happening there. That was weird.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
Good
Alright.
evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening.
Da, 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 da.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Beauty is not everything, Mr. Elwood.
Says Mr. Pretty Face.
Oh. I failed the hint.
Tell
I didn't
me
realize.
what really happened then.
I went with a
Did you...
No.
That's interesting. I didn't realize I could actually fail hints.
Why do you...
I wasn't
Why do you feel...
I wasn't...
Tell me.
I went with a...
Did you...
No.
Why lie?
Come on.
Beauty.
Says Mr.
I guess that's all I can say now. Interesting.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
Huh. I can fail hints. That seems weird, but okay. This is a door that exists. It is not a door that exists. Alright, that's nice. And these are locked. That's Swansea's. Here. There's also another door that exists. This game autosaves, so I can't actually go back and fix that. Not that I know what. Not that I actually know how to fix it with any